The panel will be discussing from the concept to real collaboration, sustainable collaboration. We will try to navigate through the path of successful partnership with German organizations. So as a Canadian enterprise, we would like to get to know much better how we can blend in and create value upon what you're already doing.
Cet épisode de La Chaise Bleue vous est fièrement présenté par GLM Conseil. Acolyte de la transformation dans votre entreprise à l'ère du numérique.
First thing first, of course, I'll start with you, Sir Marcelo. Just introduce yourself one after the other. I like to go counterclockwise because I know Rémi already, so that's why.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting us to be here. I'm Marcelo Tamassia. I'm Global CTO at Syntax. For the ones that don't know Syntax, we are a service provider out of Montreal. We have about 3,000 employees. We focus on the SAP and Oracle ecosystem. So we help mid-market companies with their business applications, everything from implementations to managed services. And just a little background, my role at Syntax is focusing on innovation and differentiation.
Thank you, Marcelo.
So also thanks a lot for inviting us. My name is Björn Bartheidel, also working for Syntax. Maybe just to add on the words that Marcelo spent, we are a Montreal-based company, and I'm the CEO of Europe. So the company made an acquisition also and an investment in Germany, and that's why I think we are a perfect example on how Canadian companies could work with Germans. I'm leading the European region, based in Germany, and happy to have the discussion here.
Thank you, Björn.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. David Wilson. I'm with Siemens Digital Industry Software, country manager in Canada. So those who don't know Siemens Digital Industry Software, we bring digital twins to life, right? From CAD to PLM, all the way through manufacturing, and then into the IoT space. And along with our brethren on the DI automation side, have the most robust portfolio of automation and software to bring the industrial world to life. So thank you for having us.
Thank you, David.
Thank you for the mic. So my name is Rémi Duquette. I'm the Vice President of the Industrial AI practice at Maya HTT. Maya HTT has been in business for over 43 years now, 40 years of which we've had a strong partnership with Siemens. So we'll talk a lot about that later. But Maya HTT is probably best known or well known for all the advanced engineering simulation software that we essentially build and develop for Siemens. And then separately, we have a value-added services group and reseller group of the Siemens portfolio, where my group focuses on industrial AI on top of the technological stack delivered by Siemens.
Thank you, Rémi. I truly believe that the foundation of a good partnership is based on trust and share common value. So maybe starting with both of you guys, the first question is, can you describe the initial step and maybe strategies being used to begin a conversation for a small, medium-sized company, let's say in Canada, with a larger company in Germany, and how you establish a reliable foundation of trust early in the relationship?
Yeah, I think the good thing is when we joined together the Syntax and made the investment in let's say in us, and during that time I was working for that German angle of that company. For sure, it's also important internally to establish trust, yeah, and also to get to know each other. The great thing right from day one, it was clear that we do have very similar values. The culture is very similar. That's why it was easy to build up trust. That we were able to find things where we say, hey, that's good. That's where we can work together, and that's also how we approach our customers. And with the same mindset, the same values, even the company values were so similar. And this was the foundation. Having the same values, building trust, and then we were able to also convert this to our customers.
Is there any specific values you have in mind that you really relate to when you met another company in Canada?
I'm not sure where this channel one. I can just share the values that I believe was clearly from the beginning was that openness, trustful quality. That was something which was important for us always from day one, especially also that quality focus, also being honest to the one. And that's something that we shared right from the beginning.
Great.
Yeah, absolutely. The other angle that I would say is early on when we started the conversations, it was very obvious what we were looking for, which was a bigger footprint in Europe, partner with a company that is the bedrock in the manufacturing, the strength, the engineering, the German pragmatism and all of that. So we were very open from both a skill set what we're looking for in the skill set, as well as the market opportunity. And then for them, they were also interested in doing more outside of Germany, how they could take. So it was established early on what everyone wanted with the relationship. So that openness allowed us to establish the trust that led us to work together over time, right?
Great. Thank you, Marcelo. Any further comment on that, guys? And I know I asked you that question earlier this week. So if you want to add on, you're welcome. Otherwise, I understand.
You can start.
Okay. So I think one of the thing that's also key is finding win-win conditions for both parties very early on, right? So the fact that Siemens brought to us like a huge reach, right, in terms of company footprint and also a brand that is recognized, solid, reliable. And then my HTT brought a lot of the nimbleness and the very high expertise and very specific domains that, kind of complementary to their own expertise. So I think that the earlier you can actually establish those win-win conditions, the better that journey will be with your partner.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, anytime I'm talking to somebody as a potential partner, we're evaluating on really 2 or 3 different fronts. First and foremost is my business in Canada. Where do I have gaps, and how will that partner potentially, align well to those gaps? Then it's cultural fit, it's that domain expertise, where there can be mutual value generated. But I'm also looking at the broader portfolios that we bring to market and the broader opportunity that we can do to serve Siemens Digital Industry Software and Siemens AG. Right. So there's a lot of different levels where we have an opportunity to play with partners. And so I'm always looking for fit from a product, a domain, and then obviously those cultural fits.
Absolutely. Thanks, David. We just discussed a little bit the first step to establish trust based on this shared value. And now looking ahead to maintain relationship, because you need to invest a lot of time, energy, and money to create this relationship. So you want to make sure to maintain it and have it grow and make it much more profitable for both hands of that relationship. Are you using any sort of rituals just to make sure you maintain the relationship? You continuously understand how are evolving the needs of your partner and what are the new things that I can offer? How are you guys organized to keep in touch and continuously understand the evolving needs of the other partner?
Absolutely. For us, even though we can put structure in place, nothing really replaces FaceTime, right? So of course you cannot fly the entire teams to collaborate, but we try to do events and we try to foster a lot of collaboration. Of course, since COVID and all of that, a lot is remote, but we do a lot of FaceTime activities to ensure not only the alignment, but ensure that we get to know the people we work with beyond the work basis, right? So to feed into that trust that we mentioned before. I think that's a key component. And the other piece that I would say is accept the differences and understand the differences early on. It's very important because, especially for us that we have a global footprint, kind of like you guys, it's sometimes tempting for you to just try to do things your way in a different country. And you have to learn and accept and have an open mind towards that. Otherwise, you will not sustain, have a long-lasting relationship.
And maybe to add to the topic of FaceTime, I think we're also using FaceTime, not only sitting together in meeting rooms, it's also, you have to celebrate success also together. So also having fun together will also help to really build up an even next level of trust. So FaceTime is very important, but also celebrating success. That's a big portion of it.
It's an interesting question to self-reflect on because, I don't know that we do enough since COVID in terms of that getting together. I think everybody's become a little bit complacent and sitting behind a screen. Rémi and I, we work together regularly, but actually seeing each other and then going out and celebrating those wins, whether it's a dinner, whether it's, an event, I feel like we get away from that. Hanover actually provides a very good opportunity now, year on year, to come together, think about the successes we've had, plan on where we're going to go together. So it's good to reflect on those values.
Yeah. So I'll remember the celebration, truly important.
Yeah, I mean that's key. If you don't celebrate, then you're probably not good partners. You need to celebrate and celebrate also the pitfalls. Like try and after the fact reflect on why you may have lost together or that's important to also have this kind of retroaction, positive retroaction with your main partner but. The wins are clearly a lot more fun to celebrate together.
Yeah, I mean, if I think back in recent memory, right, I'm always trying to be respectful of my partner's time because my HTT is not just a partner with Digital Industry Software Canada. They're also partners with our US organization, our French organization, our UK organization. But it's really challenging for me to being responsible for a country if we don't have that intimate connection and review of the business and where we're having gaps, where we're struggling, and where we're succeeding. So that's been something that I've been trying to introduce back into the partnership at a Canada level, but being mindful of how much time we're asking of them because it becomes a bit repetitive from their side, and they're a small organization, so not necessarily resourced to manage all of those interactions the same way perhaps that my organization is.
But we love spending time with Dave, so that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. With others, no.
And last thing I had in mind, so with the political and economical landscape that we are living in these days, I have the chance in my work to visit at least 2 small, medium-sized manufacturer in Canada every week to speak with the owner and speak about the current challenge we're living in these days. And of course, we want to diversify where we sell, who we partnership with. And one of the trends that I see a lot in that show that was not there last year is the sovereignty. Sovereignty for energy, sovereignty of AI, sovereignty of many, many things. How could a small, medium-sized company understand in a good way what larger size company in Germany may needs as a fit? Where are the holes that we can fit in to help you guys and then help us at the same time? Is there any way you are displaying this information, or how can we be aware of how we can help you to help us?
I think it's a difficult one.
It is.
Because the current geopolitical situation is not pushing people necessarily to the center of a discussion, but pushing it pretty far. So it's not like the countries are saying, I don't like that country, I don't like that country. It's like, it's about my country, right? And if both parties are thinking that way alone, then there's the overlapping gets smaller and smaller. So I think that discussion has to be from a position of, first of all, what does the company believes and how they want to see and what are the openness, right? For us, data sovereign is a big topic. We have data centers, right? We have customers that we manage their data. Now with hyperscalers, not all continents have big hyperscaler footprints that are local. So it's a hot topic right now, and I don't think, at least I don't have an answer, other than being transparent, put it on the table, understanding the concerns, and trying to go back and forth on this. I don't know.
And come at some trade show like this one to
Yeah.
have discussion. That's how
Exactly.
we meet. So
Exactly.
talk with the people to understand where we can blend in what you guys need
Yeah.
and the other way around.
Yeah.
And sometimes interesting, if we are discussing with our customers, which are also coming primarily from the manufacturing industry, often the requirements are very similar. So it's not like that we have to look across. I think the requirements they do have, the challenges they do have, there's a lot of similarity in Canada with customers that we do have there, as well as in Germany. And also, if you learn from each other, it's also not looking on the big, always German companies. They're also, especially the smaller ones, are even better. They have really very good ideas. Those kind of hidden champions can really bring even sometimes more value and more good ideas, especially more innovative ideas. But I guess it's the same in Canada. So from both sides, requirements often very similar. It's not that we have to deal with completely different things based on the political situation.
So brainstorm around innovation, how we can solve this global problem and have philosophical discussions so we can bring some new idea. A very smart guy that I spoke with, his name is Germain Lamonde in Quebec. I don't know if you know Germain from Expo. He told me you can measure innovation with market share. So if we discuss innovation and then bring it to market share together, I think we have business then. So I like the innovation idea. Thank you, Bjorn. Any further? Yeah.
I mean, and it's not just the gaps in the offering, right? It's maybe the things that are not there today, right? So it's not a real, I mean, it is a gap in a way, but it's a kind of something that you will bring as an innovation. So oftentimes with my HTT and Siemens, right, we're going to together, pitch ideas that go beyond let's say the status quo with the current offering. And I think those discussions to bring together something new to the market, to your clients, right? With the reach of Siemens and the nimbleness again of Maya, that's kind of a great combination. And I think that's what people and companies should, try and find as a great match.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is actually a pretty easy one, right? Anytime there's a shift in the current, there's opportunity to be had. Yep. And, for somebody like Siemens, we can't shift in that current very quickly. So if we have a gap because of that shift, it provides opportunities like Maya and others in our ecosystem, opportunities to partner, and then opportunities to be creative together and try to figure out where that competitive advantage is, right? And then innovate and raise that market share.
Great. Thank you, David. And last question, because I'm a curious person. This is my inspector police question. Is there anything I don't know already that I should be aware of? Is there any question I did not ask to ease partnership that I should have? But maybe we covered pretty good. But
I think we have a slightly different perspective because it's a company, they acquired another company in Germany, put it together, right? So we didn't talk much about on the why one party was interested in the other one, right? So for us, we were interested in of course, not only the geography and the skill set, the footprint, and the manufacturing robustness capability and all of that. But on the flip side, I think we have a tremendous scientific research program in Quebec, that we have a huge R&D team in Quebec. The German team benefits tremendously from our skill set in Quebec. So we have this reciprocity, right? They bring in the manufacturing and engineering depth, and we have a massive R&D function in Quebec, and that's what makes this reciprocal for us, right? That's something I wanted to bring up.
thank you, Marcelo. Any other question I should have asked?
No, I mean, I would take it back to where I started, right? Partnership is formed on knowing what your company is about, knowing your industry, knowing your product, but then sitting down and listening to the other side, right? Because we can't find those synergies until we really know and understand one another. So it's just investing the right amount of time to learn, right? everything can look shiny on the surface, right? You need to get a few layers deeper to really truly understand the motivations, the alignment, the market fit, etc.
And understand quite often the 5 why. Why, just to get at the bottom of it, essentially.
Maybe one topic to add, we talked about the business aspect. I can tell you maybe one question, what does it mean personally for me also? I can tell you, I worked a lot in Europe with the different, let's say, countries and different companies here, but this gave me also an additional perspective since we are collaborating together. Canada is a great country overall. I met so many great people, and this is also personally for me a big asset on top. So personally, that's also part which we all sometimes forget is also a big asset for myself to get in touch with so many new people there.
We should get a round of applause.
Absolutely. Great. Good job. I was going to say, it's my second time here as Canadian doing business here in Germany. I came to Hannover Messe last year. I just fell in love with the city, with the people. I had fun in many bars. And the German people know how to party. The beer are really good. There is so much common ground for the celebration side as well. And all I can tell you is, of course, next year I'm going to be here again and to discuss these topics and to do the philosophy and how we can collaborate to solve the common problem we all have. So thank you very much, gentlemen, for this panel of discussion. Truly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cet épisode de La Chaise Bleue vous a été présenté par GLM Conseil. Acolyte de la transformation dans votre entreprise à l'ère du numérique.